Now, usually when you date, like I told you, you start out at a pace, right? Unless the girl's just so into you, it don't matter what you say, right? Right. And human beings, mate, we're in the reproductive mode anyway. That's what you don't understand. There's two modes. The spiritual mode, which is androgynous without sex. You're not supposed to have sex in that mode. You can, that right? Now, what do you think it means when they're with a woman who knew no man? It's not a man or a woman. God is not a man. But it's man-ish. Like a man. But not a man. But different than a man. You still don't want to connect the dots, Steve. Exactly. There are hermaphrodites. Who's a man but not a woman. And a woman but not a man. Right. You can't figure that part out. Jews, Christians, Muslims. And you're attacking yourselves when you deny them, right? See, it's the first form. You're the second form. Both you and the female. He's the first with the last and the first and the last, right? He's all three. He's all three. That's it, right? But he alone can maintain the images, right? You can't even look different to them until they were ready to see him. And even then, they were so used to death, they blocked him out again. It's kind of like Beetlejuice, like I keep referencing that, right? You're not ready to see someone resurrected from the dead, though you see me daily acting like our conversation shouldn't be happening, right? Well, what? Did you try to send the bait last night again and kill me again and I resurrected again? Right? You're not listening to why that's happening, even if you're using underage girls, right? You're using them to bait me. You understand why that's a crime for you, too. First, the girl is doing what you're letting her do, too. I'm trying to talk her out of it. Right? That's what you're supposed to do unless you can't. And then she's using them to take advantage of me too. She likes what I do with her. I don't try to just pop it in or force it in or I'll let her take it at her own pace. You understand? I mean, that's the whole point about being a good lover. You take your partner's needs above your own. And you think, again, that's a problem. Whoever you're using is bait. But the bait has to be a certain age. Even you admit that, right? 16 and older is the usual age, right? 16 and younger is statutory rape for anyone to be with her. And you can't talk her into it or you're corrupting a minor. You are. See, if you talk her into being with a mentally ill person in the first place, is that rational? That's sabotage. Exactly. Now, if the child's young enough, she don't know what she's doing, and I ain't going to teach her that. Whole point too. The child at least has to be capable of knowing what sex is or isn't. Come on. And be old enough to say yes or no, right? And at least look a little more like a woman than a child. I know the difference there too, right? You gotta be at least 14 to 16 for that to even possibly happen, right? And I'm not sure if she's 16 or 14. I can tell 12, 11, 2. I don't mess with that. Homie don't play that. That's not gay. That's until they're old enough. Yeah. For anybody. And everybody. There's a reason for that. So like you said, a 13-year-old can have sex with a 13-year-old, male or female, right? What's the difference? You're saying they're not capable of knowing what they're doing yet. I understand why you're saying that, but there's an age of consent too. You have to know what you're doing after so many years. Come on, too, right? And that's why Georgia law says 16 and other states say 18. Right? It's just 2 more years of maturity either way. It used to be 14, so again, at least they're raised it to 16. That's better than it used to be. And Muhammad said 9, right? Come on, 9 14 to 16 to 18, right? Right. Now, you gotta say, though, a man and a woman become a man and a woman and capable of having sex at a certain period of time, right? No matter who they are. And don't say I wouldn't be with an older woman, right? You're not letting me be with an older woman either. Whole point. But I can only try to figure out what they're even doing here if they come by or not, right? If they come by or not. See, normally they're not supposed to do that either. But like I said, I don't know any memories, right, at night either. Sometimes I dream, but like I said, you don't know if it's just a weird dream or a sex dream or whatever, right? Of course, that's the point of a wet dream. But if you're actually having sex with someone, then it's no longer a wet dream. If you don't know you had sex with someone and they do, that's a one-sided encounter, right? It's the whole point to it all. Mm-hmm. But like I said, when Molly and Lim came to Georgia and their whole family, I stayed away except to go to the beach like a normal person, right? Didn't mess with their entourage or their little camp or whatever they were. But like I said, we're all taught to wait for marriage, Molly. What did you do? You wouldn't fuck me anyway. So, I mean, Lim wouldn't. So you did. Mm-hmm. So you're trying to wait for marriage? You're trying to show him I would have sex with you anyway, and I'm messing with you and him about saying I'll wait for marriage too. Yeah, I have to be sex. I ain't saying that. I'm not saying I can't have premarital sex. I'm saying some people prefer to wait for marriage for a reason, right? I used to be that way now before I learned about premarital sex anyway, right? But it is just what? Mm-hmm. A piece of paper. Giving you permission to have sex with someone. All it is. Legal marriage is simply inserting the penis in the vagina and that's what you reproduce and then you're capable of conceiving a child, which is what it's all about. You don't need a little piece of paper from the government to do all that. Now, should you get the father's permission? Sure. But if you know she's coming over here now, no matter the age, and I'm trying to stop her, right? And you're not trying to stop her, right? Okay, I can't do nothing once she's here. She's done made up her mind whatever she wants to do. I just don't try to think of it that way, right? They would even do that with me. No matter the girl's age. But 8 and above, like I said, have messed with me periodically over the years, right? Even when I was living in the trailer park at 18 or 19, right? I had the next door neighbor putting her hand over my mouth, pretending to kiss me. And she's about 8 or 9, right? I'm wondering if the dad's doing that shit to her, and he's a policeman. You understand? And she's trying to kiss me or something, covering my mouth, like he would have to do if he's trying to have sex with her himself. That's illegal. And if that's going on with the police officer next door, what the hell's going on in the world? You hear what it means? I know things you don't want to know, I know too, right? I'm not trying to do them with you, but there again, whatever's going on here, I'm not involved with it to blacking out if it's happening, right? But she ain't learning it from me, she's learning it from home. That's the problem. I ain't teaching her a damn thing. I don't try to teach her nothing. I don't try to mess with anybody, or in my vicinity. I'm talking better than that. See, that's why during the day I'm minding my P's and Q's. I'm just exercising. I'm just walking. I'm just doing this. I'm just doing that, right? I ain't into what you're into, right? Why do you think I can't find a girlfriend you labeled me as a pedophile since this person came on YouTube, right? They can't even tell the difference between the made up story where I'm attempting to help the girl go to the bathroom and they think that's something sexual. Which you don't know. I have to see if she peed or something. See what I mean? And it's around 11:30, 12 at night. I don't know if she even went or what's going on. Right? Here, point you here. And she went right around the time the child usually goes or not, right? With her mom. So you're trying to bring out something sexual here, whoever you are. Mm-hmm. And it better not be Daphne herself, because that's reminiscent of entrapment. Like I said before. Entrapment don't work either if the person does what you're up to and is trying to help that child out to get to the bathroom. At least he says grandma shows her all that. That still makes Sue look bad, definitely in her family. Not me and mine. I'm just trying to help her go to the bathroom like I would Renee or any 4-year-old child I help raise. No way better than this shit. And don't think I don't know that you're talking about something that would be entrapping, right? Entrapment, right? I know what that is. Even if King's wife is trying to sleep with me, I know she's King's wife and I'm supposed to resist her unless, again, she's just telling me she's having such a problem with him in the bedroom, she don't know what to do anymore. And seduces me to the point where I give up. And it's not that I don't, find her attractive either. I'm trying to, like Joseph in Potiphar's life, right? Not do that because I know better. And that's what he's saying. Rape is still a sack, right? Either way, See, she's still alleging Joseph raped her. So even if he's denying the rape, it don't mean they didn't have sex. Jews. But she's his mistress and he can't harm her. That's what I mean. If you let a 12-year-old, 13-year-old, or 14-year-old, or 15-year-old underage come here and I can't stop them, why? The mental illness prohibits me from doing anything other than letting them do what they want to do once they're here, right? And see, once they're here, I can't stop them. Kids, teenagers, leak out at night, right? Well, that's on the parents. As well, they got to install a security system that alerts them immediately to where they don't even get to the house and stop them. That's what it means. Anything else falls short. And some people can't afford all that shit. So like I said, am I trying to be with anyone but waiting for my wife? Yeah. Now my wife has to be a certain age, right? For me to be with her legally, and that's why I'm telling them too. You gotta wait till you're a certain age. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not trying to fuck you, I'm not trying to be with you, I'm not trying to entice you, I'm not trying to seduce you, right? Does that seduce them now? What can you say? What can you say? Because there's nobody like me around either. When you're trying to help people, all the time, they can tell. Even your children can tell I'm different than you. You think? And you're setting it up. I'm not doing a damn thing. I'm trying to ignore them like I'm supposed to as an adult to a child. I know better. But if you know better, yeah. And see, here's the thing about slavery. Slave masters beat people into submission. So don't beat your child. Train a child in the way. Or teach the child in the way he or she should go. When they're older, they will not depart, right? But if you beat it into them, right, that ain't gonna help. Now, I knew when I got in trouble sometimes for a good reason, sometimes for a bad. And when you got the switch too, right? But again, I learned also pain and punishment and all that too, right? See, everything has its proper place in time, too. But then again, you can't do that to a teenage boy. You can't do that to a teenage girl, right? You got to realize when that ain't working either, you need alternative methods and, maybe psychiatric help even, right? Maybe medications, but it's got to be controlled, right? You don't just dope someone up who you think is schizophrenic. It could be bipolar and just a little delusional too, Dr. Scholler admits that. You can over-medicate with someone too, right? Who's trying to know better and know where he's at and give him a constant, you know, watch. See, the first person you gotta watch and make sure you're doing nothing wrong is yourself anyway. If you don't care if you don't do no wrong, you're gonna do something wrong. Hear what I mean? Hear what I mean? Bye bye.